They gon' love me for my ambition.
Welcome everyone to Club Ambition Podcast. This is a special segment. We have the opportunity to actually interview the actual shooting victim of the shooting that happened at the Islamic Center of Rhode Island at the mosque here in Providence. And we're gonna welcome him to the studio, as well as brother the Imam of Providence Rhode Island Mosque as well, Imam Abdul. Welcome, gentlemen, both. Imam, would you mind introducing the gentleman yourself as well, and kind of reminding people of your friendship and how you got to know him as well?
Yes, assalamu alaikum, peace be upon everybody. My name is Imam Abdul Latif of the Islamic Center of Rhode Island. This is my brother in faith, Brother Mustafa. We have known each other for a long time, and we not only know him, but we traveled together on this spiritual journey, to California and a few other places. And so this is Brother Mustafa.
Mustafa, introduce yourself to the people, and also how you got to know this actual mosque that you would visit, because I believe that brother, the Imam Abdul would tell me that you're actually not even from here originally. So kind of break down who you are, Mustafa, and your introduction to Providence.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. So I was born in Providence.
Oh, really?
I was born in Providence and lived in Providence for probably 53 years in a couple of days.
Wow.
53, the 20th.
Wow.
But I didn't find Islam until Islam found me. But I didn't choose this as my way of life until 1990, which was about 33 years ago. Wow. And I was, before that, I was doing other things, living a different way, had a different mentality, just different perception on what life was, what my role in life was. Didn't really have any sense. Until I was guided. So the masjid I originally went to was on Althea Street, off of Cranston Street, at the corner.
Yeah.
So I started off going there, and then they moved to Haskins Street.
And, where in the location it is now.
Yeah. So okay. I've been a member of the community with the imams. The Imam Abdul Latif has been my friend for many years. In my confidant, my friend who guides me. He gives me a lot of guidance. And when you have people like that in your life, that's how you grow.
100%.
So he's helped me with a lot of decisions. I talked to him about a lot of things. Before him was another Imam Abdul Hamid, and I was close with him as well.
Yeah,
I try to stay with the spiritual leaders, stay close to them, because that's how you grow.
Yeah,
and so I've been around for a long time. I moved to Maine probably around, I want to say, 2013, 14, around that time. And I went out there. I had found some work. I was raising 2 boys on my own, and twins. And so that was a challenging part of my life. So I was, for 12 years, still am, but for 12 years I was a single dad.
Wow.
So I moved out there. I felt it was a little better change for them. Mm-hmm. I started working out there, but I would always come back to the masjid. Even now, before this happened, I was coming to the masjid every week or so.
Yeah.
And setting up stuff, and
Yeah.
Just trying to keep everything in a positive, righteous light. Like when you're doing things that are good, you don't expect things bad to happen to you.
Definitely.
But that's life.
Definitely. So take us back, Mustafa, to the actual moment. Last month, the shooting at the actual Islamic Center. Yeah. Imam told me that the Imam of this actual center, he told me that you, like you just stated, kind of come every week or so and set up.
Yeah.
So break down that day prior to the actual moment of you being shot and how your day started and the time that you arrived and everything.
So I work in Maine as I work as a DSP, a caretaker, so to speak, for mentally disabled adults. And so that morning, like around 4:30, 5 o'clock, I get up, I pray, the Fajr prayer, the morning prayer. And then after making a ghusl, washing up, getting ready for the Friday Salat, I drove my car about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I got there like probably around 10:40, 10 something.
Yeah.
And and then I went upstairs like I normally do, grabbed my stuff, put my tables out, and started setting up.
Yeah.
And as I was setting up, I'm concentrating on what I need to put next, and the car came out of the parking lot, and I just heard a couple shots, but at first I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't know what was going on, honestly. I was out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, doo-doo-doo, what's going on? It sounds like somebody shooting on it. Then when I turned, right, I turned to the side, I got hit, and then I fell back on the table, fell on the ground, got up and ran, because I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then then after that, just took me to the hospital.
Wow.
But the detectives and the people that were there, they weren't very concerned. They just weren't. They he was coming into the ambulance. They were coming in the ambulance saying it doesn't look right, and you just got here. You didn't even do any investigation. You haven't looked at the cameras, So I didn't say anything. Went to the hospital and let them take care of what they had to do there. And then I got out, went right back to the masjid, made 2 rakats, so I can thank Allah for, not taking my life, but just making some more trials and tests for me to understand things better in it.
What do you mean 2 rakats?
I make 2 rakats means I prayed.
You made a prayer.
It's like it's a whole like exercise, whole movements.
Yeah.
1 movement, 2 movement, 3 movement, like these movements equal 1 rakat. It's called.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and then also breaking down, going back to the shooting. What was the amount of shots that you took, and in total the shots that were fired that the rounds that missed as well?
I don't really know. I mean, I counted them. Like I have some video footage.
Okay.
And so I slow motioned it and I watched every time the hand went like this.
Yeah.
I counted.
Yeah.
Because that's reactional.
Yeah.
So I figure anywhere between 5, 7, something. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
I know one got me. I wasn't really counting.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I was trying to get him out of there. But I know I got hit once,
Yeah.
So
And that one shot that hit you, where did it land?
I went through the side, the hip here with the top of the cheek, like right here.
Yeah.
And then it came out just, where the tailbone is?
Yeah.
Just before that, like it just missed the spine.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's awful. Yeah. And then now your recovery. What's your current state? As far as recovery, what have the doctors said?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I was out of the hospital in 2 hours.
Okay.
I was blessed, not to have serious injuries.
Yeah.
And I still feel blessed.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I don't feel vengeance. I just feel a little, sometimes I think about the condition of the mind state of people, the world we live in. It makes you feel a little disgusted that people do things like that.
Yeah.
But it's what people do. And I don't know the whole situation I don't know who the person is.
Yeah.
I don't know what motivated them. I'm sure everyone has their motivation. I would love to find out.
Yeah.
So I could talk with them.
Yeah.
Love to do that.
Do you believe yourself being the actual victim of the shooting? Do you believe similar to like how the imam and others are believing it to actually be a potential hate crime?
Of course it is. Of course it is. I wouldn't think it would be anything else.
Yeah.
What would change it from me to anyone else who got shot out there or anywhere else? as a Muslim, dressed as a Muslim, looked like a Muslim,
Yeah.
in front of the masjid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what would make that? What would it make it different for me than it would for anyone else? What would be that element?
Yeah.
You know, so you can't go by what other people think or say. You know your truth,
Yeah.
and you just be thankful that, you're okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel the way he was dressed. He had the turban on. You had that same turban on?
Yeah.
You had the
It's my
garb,
blessed turban.
He had the whole garb on, dressed like a Muslim, and he looked like he's Arab.
Yeah.
So, and the person was just waiting out there about 11 o'clock in the morning, thinking that the Muslims were going to come for prayer at 11:30, because online, that's what it shows online. Prayer is at 11:30.
Yeah. So the timing. No, 100%.
Yeah.
And then you being the victim of the shooting, what is your perspective as far as what do you want to happen right now? Do you believe that the investigation, has not proceeded fast enough? Do you want police to do more work? Or are you just willing to just, wait it out and then, if nothing happens, nothing happens?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not really interested in their investigation.
Yeah.
That's their job. I shouldn't have to tell them to do their job. It's what they get paid for.
Yeah.
Do I think they're doing anything? Absolutely not. If it was someone else, if I was standing in front of the synagogue, would it be a different story?
Yeah.
If I was standing in front of a church or any other place of worship, would it be the same scenario?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't look at those things, because what that does is it festers animosity in my heart. And there's no room for that. I have to stay connected, and I believe it's through staying connected that I stay protected. Not by the cops, not by any of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What do you mean by staying connected?
well, staying connected means that, I'm with Allah. Not like I'm standing with him, but I mean I'm with whatever Allah is wanting me to do. I stay close to that. I pray. I try to do good deeds. And I don't have to. I don't have to get up on anywhere in front of anyone and convince them that I'm a good person and why did this happen to me. In the Quran it says, do you think that you'll be left alone to say that you believe and not be tested when those before you were tested? So we're all going to be tested.
Yes.
We're all going to have trials and tribulations. We're going to have big bumps in the road and small bumps in the road.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful for, and stay focused on being more prepared and aware of what's going on around me. And, that's it.
Like you said, in life, when you're traveling through life, journeying through life, you're going to have pegs in the road. Those pegs are tests that's going to be in your life. Some tests are big, or some tests are smaller. But the key is, when you're tested, you have to make the right decision. And when you make the right decision, this is when you elevate higher and closer to God. You make the wrong decision, this is when you're lowered. So in life, you'll be tested. Everyone's going to be tested, and so you have to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
That will please God. We're not in this world to please people. If you're looking to please people, all you'll get is despised in the eyes of people. You get despised in the eye of people. But if you go because you cannot make everyone happy. But if you please God, if you travel through life to please God, then the whole world will love you.
Yeah.
But if you go to please people and God hates you, that's the wrong road to take.
That's a loss.
That's a loss. You know what I'm saying? The whole world hates you and God hates you. That's the wrong path to take.
Yeah. No, it's very powerful. Very powerful. And I personally definitely agree. And again, a reminder to people out there, definitely highlight this story. It deserves way, way more attention than what's going on with it. I don't know why. You can assume why, but this is very strange. In my perspective, I think this could have easily been, national news all over the place. I don't know why it hasn't been. Have you been reached out to by any news platforms, anyone specifically more?
The news called me, but something, no disrespect.
Yeah, no,
But most of the people in the media, and especially the media like Channel 10 and these type of individuals, man, they take stories and twist them and use what they want from them, you know. And one of the reasons why I agreed to come here is because I watched your podcast and it was real honest and clean and humble, and
appreciate it.
I respect your demeanor.
Thank
you know, and so that was one. But as soon as they called me, I was like, I got nothing to say to you. You know, and the detectives as well. I got called like 4 days later. Do you have any news for me? No. Just want to check and see you're all right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then that was it. Look, I don't have any resentment towards them. They are who they are.
Yeah.
Whatever they do in life that they can justify, whatever ideology they go by, whatever mentality they use to do what they do every day. I guess they have to have that to keep them safe or to keep them motivated to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I got nothing to say to them. I answer to God, and He answers back. And how He answered back to me was saying, "Okay, it's not your time right now.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow will be different." And I'm ready to accept that if it comes, because that's just life, But I'm not, I'm not looking for any people to give me any kind of public light on this,
Yeah.
I take it for what it was.
Yeah.
It was a hate crime on someone who got nothing but love.
The irony.
So they can't hurt me.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Listen, God bless both you brothers.
Appreciate you.
Thank you again for your visit. Thank you again for your time. And yeah, there we have it. Another segment on this topic, and we're gonna keep you guys updated. Please keep us updated as well if you receive any information, especially when it comes to the actual, the shooter. Which I'm shocked that there hasn't been any other more updates. With that, typically.
See, where you're shocked, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to that.
Man.
I understand it.
Yeah, man. But much love to everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in again this week of Club Ambition Podcast, Cap, Rhode Island to the world. And we will see you guys again. Back to the program.
They gon' love me for my ambition.